See, this is how they get you. Police come knocking at your door saying, "Hey there, we've got a new safety program. Can we search your home?" Hell no.
You can refuse this swab. You can refuse a breathalyzer. You can refuse to participate in a field sobriety test. You can refuse to answer questions. Now, law enforcement doesn't like this advice, but we do still have a Constitution.
Even if the police have probable cause, the Fourth Amendment requires them to get a signed search warrant from a judge to enter and search your home. Unless there's a serious emergency, they can't come in without a search warrant. But they don't need a warrant if you invite them in. When the officers came knocking, Karen could have talked to them outside and closed the door behind her.
Good afternoon, officers. How can I help you?
The chain lock works fine, too.
Who is it?
Police department.
Good afternoon, officers. How can I help you?
Hi, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in for a moment?
Do you have a warrant? What is this about?
No, my name is Officer Smith. This is Officer Jones.
We're introducing ourselves to the tenants as part of a new home safety program. Mind if we come in?
No, thank you. I can't let you in without a warrant.
Again.
I can't let you in without a warrant.
That is your decision, ma'am.
If police come to your door and you don't need their help, you may simply decline to answer the door. Because you don't have to let them in unless they have a search warrant. If police flag you down, pull over immediately, turn off your car, and place your hands on the wheel. The police like to see your hands for their own safety, so wait until they request your paperwork before reaching for it. At night, it's also a good idea to turn on the interior light so that the officer can see you're not armed.
Good evening, officer. How's it going?
Did you know you were swerving between lanes?
No, officer.
Let me see your license and registration.
Sure. My license. Here's my registration.
Now, Darren, we've had some problems with gangs moving guns down this highway. You're not packing any Tech 9s, are you?
No, sir.
I didn't think so. So you don't mind if I take a look, do you?
Officer, I know you're just doing your job. I don't have any guns or whatever, but I don't consent to searches.
Perfect. You have the right to refuse searches. This comes directly from the Fourth Amendment. For your Fourth Amendment protection to legally apply, you must be prepared to clearly state your refusal under pressure. Never tell the officer you know your rights. Show the officer you know your rights by asserting them calmly.
You seem nervous. Is there anything in this car I need to know about?
No, officer.
All right. Please step out of the vehicle.
Police may legally order you out of your vehicle, so you should comply.
Walk back here with me. Stand right here for me. Now, you got two choices. You can make this better or worse for yourself. Now, if you cooperate, it's going to make things a lot easier on you.
Beware that the police may legally lie to you, so never let false threats or promises trick you into waiving your rights.
Now, if you don't, I'm going to call up a K-9 unit, and those dogs are going to rip apart your car, and they're going to find what you're hiding. So what's it going to be?
Refusing a search request is not evidence of guilt and doesn't give the officer the legal right to search or detain you. Don't get tricked. Unless you're detained or arrested, you may terminate the encounter at any time, but don't wait for the officer to dismiss you. Simply ask if you're free to go.
Darren, those dogs are going to rip apart your car, and they're going to find what you're hiding. Like I said, what's it going to be?
Officer, are you detaining me or am I free to go?
Good. This line can help withdraw you from an encounter. Saying you want to leave establishes that the encounter is not voluntary, which could help you later if you end up in court.
All right. You want to play it like that? You want to bump it up to the next level? Fine. You stay right here. Don't go anywhere.
Asserting your rights won't make the police love you, but it might make them extra cautious about violating your rights.
Darren, this is a citation for excessive lane changing. Take care of that as soon as possible.
If an officer stops you and says, "Sir, have you been drinking?" the answer you're going to give is the same answer you'd give to, "Sir, did you rob a bank?" or "Sir, did you kill 10 people?" You're going to say, "I'm not going to answer any questions or do any tests until I talk to my lawyer." Now, by saying that, you didn't lie and you didn't confess. You said, "Let me talk to my lawyer." Now, if the officer gets you out and says, "Let me look at your eyes, follow the light, follow the pen," you say, "Stop. Am I free to go, officer? If I'm not, then I want to talk to my lawyer." Don't do any field sobriety tests. Don't do the eye test. Don't answer questions. Just simply say, "I wish to talk to my lawyer." Now, if he says, "I'm going to have to arrest you because I smell alcohol," he was going to arrest you anyway.
It's a violation of your privacy. We're taking your own something from your body, something that's very personal to you, without your consent and without a warrant.
So if you are stopped, just give our audience some advice. Should they decline the test? How should they decline the test in order to preserve their rights?
Absolutely decline the test. Right now, under California law, if you are stopped at a checkpoint or any type of DUI situation, you are not required to give any test before arrest. So you can refuse this swab, you can refuse a breathalyzer, you can refuse to participate in a field sobriety test, you can refuse to answer questions. Now, law enforcement doesn't like this advice, but we do still have a Constitution. And under the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments, you have a right to remain silent, you have a right to a lawyer, and you have a right against unreasonable search and seizure. So you have to be careful about, when you're in this environment, to not feel coerced. You have to be conscious of where you are and remember your rights.
If you do stand your ground, are there any potential ramifications for saying no? Can they take your license away?
Yes, you can be punished if you do not give a breath, blood, or urine sample post-arrest. Okay. So if you are stopped and arrested under suspicion of DUI, alcohol, or drugs, once the arrest takes place, you have to choose one of those tests, and if you don't, you will face automatic penalties. You'll lose your driver's license. Right now, on a first time, it's a 1-year penalty.
So you can deny the tests before they arrest you, and would they have to come back with a warrant in order to continue?
Exactly. And the only exception to that is if you're under 21. If you're under 21, you cannot deny the breathalyzer pre-arrest, which is an interesting wrinkle, and I know some people watching this might be under 21. So if you're under 21 and you refuse the breathalyzer pre-arrest, you will face the penalties at the DMV. You won't have any problems in court, but you will have those problems at the DMV.
I can't give it to you, I have to give it to him.
Right.
Officer, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What made you think the tags weren't for this truck?
Because he doesn't have insurance for it. He has driven like an idiot for quite a while now.
I don't drive like an idiot. Yeah,
you don't drive like an idiot? No. I did a report for you, what, 3 weeks ago where you rear-ended
No,
the car?
the boy backed into him.
You shut your mouth.
Did you see it?
Dude, just leave him alone.
Hey, you don't need to talk to me like that.
I did you know?
What did I do wrong?
Dude.
For what? For what? For what? For what? What am I being arrested? What am I having handcuffs put on me for? No, there was no obstruction. Hey.
Your driver's license checkpoint. You got your license on you?
A driver's license checkpoint?
Yes, sir.
Is that legal?
Do you have your driver's license on you?
I prefer not to show it.
Okay, pull over there. Pull right in front of my car.
For what?
To get a citation.
For what?
Just pull right in front
What's
of my
the citation for?
For not having given me a license.
I don't have to give you a license if I'm not suspected of a crime,
Go ahead
ma'am.
and pull over in front of my car, please.
Am I getting a citation right now?
Yes, sir. Pull in front of my car, please.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
Sergeant Griffin with the Highway Patrol. It's a driver's license checkpoint.
Okay.
So we can see your license with you.
I don't think that's legal, sir.
It is legal, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to let you drive from here without seeing it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to show you any identification, sir. These are illegal.
Okay.
Hey, Scott. Scott.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. As I had already explained, this is a driver's license checkpoint.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to need to see your driver's license to prove that you are a valid operator to operate on the roadways within the state of Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And unfortunately, unless you show proof that you have a license, we're not going to be able to let you leave from here.
Okay, well, the Fourth Amendment says I don't have to provide any of that, sir. You took an oath to the Constitution to uphold that Fourth Amendment, did you not?
Sir, I'm not going to.
Sobriety checkpoints are legal in the state of Tennessee. ID checkpoints, they are not legal. You cannot just stop somebody and demand to see their ID under penalty of, prosecution. You can't just sit here and demand to see my ID when you don't suspect me of any crime whatsoever. You can't hold a checkpoint just to sit here and ask people for their identification for no reason whatsoever. There's no reason for this at all.
Okay. Well, we'll need to see is your driver's license.
Sir, I'm not going to provide you any driver's license.
You understand that we can't let you leave from here without it?
Sir, I'm not providing you with any identification today, sir. Not for a driver's license checkpoint.
You understand that you can be taken to jail for that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do, I'd be more than happy to have my time in court with both of you guys or whoever here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And the particular reason why you don't want to show your license is what?
The Fourth Amendment, sir. Yes, sir. I have the right to travel. I have the right to be secure in my persons and effects. Sir, I'd like to just be on my way, actually. If you're not going to charge me with a crime...
well, here's the deal. If you don't show a license, you will be placed under arrest. So yes,
okay.
You will be charged.
Then I guess if that's what we have to do here, then that's fine.
Is this your vehicle?
Sir, if I'm under arrest, I'd like to invoke my right to remain silent.
No,
you just said that you were going to arrest me.
I said if you're not going to show a license...
You said you were going to arrest me.
No, I didn't say you're under arrest, sir.
Okay.
Don't put words in my mouth, please.
So then I'm being detained?
If you do not show... Yes, you are being
detained. For what
detained
reason?
right now because you...
For what crime?
You're refusing...
For what crime?
Are you going to let me talk, or are you just going to keep talking?
For what crime? Go ahead.
Can I talk? You're refusing to show a driver's license.
Is that a crime?
This is a driver's license check.
Not, unless I'm being suspected of a crime, it is not a crime to refuse to show you an ID.
Which Dana, or which one do you
Can I have your name and badge number, sir?
You'll have it, sir.
Sorry, and your name, sir?
My name is Sergeant Scott Miller. My badge number is 26 for the Tennessee Highway
Patrol. And you, sir?
Sergeant Anthony Griffin.
And your badge number?
Badge number 12.
Thank you.
You want to get?
Do you have a valid license?
Sir, I'd like to invoke my right to remain silent.
I understand. You got your vehicle in park?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, sir. Step on out of the vehicle for me.
For what reason, sir? Oh, please don't touch don't try to open my door.
Step out of the vehicle, please.
For what reason?
Sir, you're being detained right now.
Until
you prove that you have a driver's license with you. We're going to detain you. We're going to go back here and we're going to talk about it some more.
Okay.
Step out of the vehicle for me.
Just let you know I do not consent to any searches.
That's fine.
All right. Could you please? Thank you.
Step on back here.
You don't have a driver's license on you?
Sir, I'd like to not ask any questions.
And put your right hand on your back.
All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. Do you have a driver's license?
What am I being arrested for, sir?
Well, sir, like we told you back there, man, you're being arrested for not showing us a driver's license.
Well, that's you can't arrest me for not showing a driver's license.
Yes, we can, sir.
Well, I thought I was being charged for not having a license.
That's what I just said.
Well, you said not showing it to you. There's a difference between not showing and not having one.
Well, right now, you're being detained and arrested for not showing us a driver's license and under the suspicion of of operating a vehicle without a driver's license.
How you doing, sir?
I was doing great.
Tell me, sir, are you a U.S. citizen?
Am I being detained?
Excuse me?
Are you detaining me?
Are you one of those guys? That's great. More citizens should know their rights. No, sir, you are not being detained. I would need probable cause for that. In fact, if you want to get technical, according to Section 18.7 of the Border Patrol Inspector's Field Manual governing internal checkpoints, I need to have a reasonable suspicion that you are both an alien and inside the country illegally before I can detain you. And then, of course, there are the numerous constitutional issues at play, which I'm sure you're aware of. Do you have a copy of the Pocket Constitution? You don't have to answer that. Here, why don't I just give you one of mine? Here's two, actually. That one's in English. This one's in Arabic, if you need that. Are you recording me? Is that on? Are you recording me right now?
Oh.
No, you don't have to answer. No, according to the Supreme Court, Florida v. Romer, Terry v. Ohio, you're well within your rights not to respond. Truth is, I shouldn't even be asking you about anything not directly regarding your citizenship. But hey, I won't tell if you won't, okay? Well, but you know, you got me there, all right? You got me there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my card, all right? It's got my badge number at the bottom, and I wrote my direct supervisor's email on the back there. So if you have any questions at all, you just contact us, okay? You don't have to answer that either. You have a good day, sir.
Ultimately, what it really comes down to is good police work. If they do it properly, they shouldn't have a hard time showing who's dangerous and who's not. And we also have technology, so it's very easy to video someone these days. Every police car has a dash cam video. Every officer has an audio recorder. So if someone's truly under the influence, it shouldn't be that hard to document that they're unsafe to drive. So relying on forced blood draws, relying on a swab that's unconstitutional, relying on trying to coerce people into doing these things really isn't necessary. If someone's truly dangerous, document it, present it to a jury. You're not going to have a hard time convicting them.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
This is doing a driver's license checkpoint. Do you have your license on you?
What, am I free to go?
I see you've been watching YouTube, huh? If you want to stand up for the government, that's one thing. You want to stand up for the freedom of the people, that's another thing.